Hello YouTube, this is the engineer from the tag team engineer and architect from the 8-bit engineers. What I have for you today is a little device I like to call perfected perpetual propulsion, or perpetual motion perfected, whichever you prefer. Those of you familiar with minecarts know that you can achieve perpetual motion through these three methods. The infinite loop, the double spin, and finally, get the hell out of the way, sheep, the double drop. See, they already went off flying. All three of these will give perpetual motion, but in the most unstable way. While good for the most basic, really basic systems, they are liable to vanish, break, or simply not send you where you want to go. You can't set up a reliable system, and sooner than later, the cars will hit the top energy and vanish. And so minecart engineers usually stick to using boosters. But now, there's a better way to harness the perpetual motion of these unstable methods. But first, we're going to give a small little tutorial on redstone. Now, I'm very good at redstone, but I can't even begin to understand what exactly the wiki is trying to tell me. XNOR, JKNOR, Zapadooey, I have no clue. But I can still use redstone in just about any way possible, just with my own words. So those of you who actually know what it is I'm building, feel free to ignore what I'm calling them. This is what I call a memory block. It keeps whatever input is given to either side as such. See, that's one side, it'll stay like that. And if you give it power, it switches side. Very useful. And it is connected to a gate. Now we're gonna switch power real quick so the gate's on. Now, the gate needs both of these to be off in order to send its power. And right now, the memory put is making sure it's on. And this is a 5 clock. Basically, for those of you who don't know what this is, just know it's sending flashing power. Inside, we won't be using this, we'll be using a little minecart system, but apart from that, it's basically what's happening. And let's give this thing a little power, like that, and now you see it's off. This one can now flash independently and send out its power to the next memory block and gate. Alright, that's that. And now that I've explained that, hopefully you guys understood. Let's take a look at the actual device. Now, let me make a little disclaimer here. Please, please do not build your minecart station out of grass, near grass, on grass. Have no minecart or mine track touching grass, I beg of you. Please, this right here is animal hell. They get in the way, they jump on them, it makes it almost impossible to do a complete conclusive test. However, that being said, I've tested this for as long as I can without animals getting in the way, and there don't seem to be any issues. Now basically what I have here is a high-powered loop, infinite loop going on with a double booster setup. Within a couple of turns, you'll be able to keep going on until just about forever. It's very useful. Now you see this here is the little loader I built, and this is the resetter. It does two things. First of all, it leads it up to there, so it doesn't reach, so while it does hit the speed to give you perpetual motion, it doesn't reach a conclusive speed to vanish into the complete netherworld. So that sends it up there, and it's all connected to a clock down below, which after a couple loops will send it into the reset. And the reset does exactly what it does. It resets both the clock and the minecarts. That being said, let's take a look downstairs a bit, shall we? Alright, now I'm really sorry about the mess. I started this and I didn't know where I was going with it. And, I'm sorry. This is redstone hell. It's over and under. And it looks really complicated, but if you understand what's going on here, it's actually quite easy. Stupid egg. Alright, so we're going over to the beginning over here. Now see, here's the master switch, aka it's just basically a memory block that doesn't have a reset, meaning if I switch the powers over and turned off this gate, nothing else would work. And here is our little minecart switch. Very important detail. The middle booster has to be the same length as this. Alright, and you need the double both things, not to twist around. This way, they'll match up. If you have it any other length, the reset will be different each time, and you need them to match up. Alright, here's the little trail. Goes off into the distance. Alright, now something really important, alright? You see these are being shown as off because right now the timer is having its way with it and it's not being reset. See, it just got reset. This is the first one it comes to, so it's the first one that goes off rather quickly. Now something that's really important is when this is all off, this really needs to be different. This needs to have different inputs. Because of this, otherwise, if they have the same input, the channel will just flow right through as if it was just a distraction. With the different inputs, while this is off, this will be on. While this is on, this will be off. Essentially, something's still powering this whole thing while this is off, and that's really important. Alright. And that means it allows for a multiplier effect, so each gate you have and each memory block you have will multiply the original time by itself. So, essentially, I have 7 or so many gates times the original time, and that's what I get in the end. Now, let's turn this back on, and let's go outside. Now, I understand this, if you can't follow this, that's really understandable. If I get enough replies, I'll make a whole redstone tutorial about how to make that work. This is very important to this. Oh, I didn't stop it. Good. Alright. So now we're getting to the launch phase, I believe. Oh, stupid animals. God, my next video, I really want to make it Animal Genocide of 2010. Die. Anyway. Looks very nice. Like you saw, I hid all the redstone. But this is really just proof of concept. If you want, I can make this station into do just about any conventional thing. I can tag a hopper on the end, make it spin into the generator. I mean, this really can be used in a number of ways. All right. Now this little thing is a little bit more complex than it looks. This releases the memory block for use. Stepping on it, stepping off resets the memory block. Alright? Now this is also a modified memory, so this, you won't receive the cart till it's done warming up, because that's very important, otherwise you won't achieve perpetual motion. So you could be waiting here for a little bit. Never to fear, it'll come. See, here it comes. And you grab it, and you're off. And this, my friends, is perpetual motion. I've gone around, I think 7 times before a pig got my way, and unfortunately, this thing doesn't run them over. I was hoping. But it works for such a long time, and even if you're not in it, I think I got it to go around 6 times before something stopped it. Alright, and also the best way to stop one of these things is to drag a minecart in front of it. Alright, now sometimes when I was first experimenting with this, I didn't have such luck, so a little trick I learned was to get it moving. Then you right-click, 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 right-click. Over and over, you get a little speed, and you just enjoy the ride. It's very useful. Alright, and I didn't set up an automatic loader yet. Like I said, if you want me to, if anything's confusing, just tell me, and I can set it up for you. The next goal with this is to really test how long and make sure this doesn't evaporate into thin air. And if it does, then there's a really simple way to stop that. 1, I make the timer shorter. 2, I add in a complete stop, not just a stop and drop. And that should fix it if it does, but I don't think it will need it. Also, for those very few who viewed the last video, about our castle, which you can find, you know, to the right or above, then you know I promised a minecart station slash metro, you know, metro subway, larger than anyone has ever seen before. Now, that will come in the next video, but keep in mind, please, that's without glitches, and it's not just a straight line. It's got 4 stations. Minecarts go back and forth. It's automatic. You push no buttons. You just get in, you go, etc. Alright, thank you guys for viewing. Comment, like it if you do. Tell me what you want to see. I mean, we'll do it. And alright, this is the engineer from the 8-Bit Engineers signing off. Thank you guys.